Yeah. BOMAC, Brian McIntyre, renowned trainer of Terence Bud Crawford, also trainer most recently of Chris Eubank Jr., masterminding the victory over Liam Smith via a ninth or 10th round stoppage at the Manchester Arena this past weekend, stopped from boarding a flight at Manchester Airport on way to Atlanta. He must be a flying stopover because, as far as I know, BOMAC ain't got shit going on in Atlanta. He's from Nebraska and sometimes he trains out of Vegas. But yeah, stopped from boarding a flight. You guys have probably heard by this point, but you know what I mean? You ain't heard that Neil Madlani take on it. You ain't heard that Mad Doggy Dog take on it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, stopped by armed police after they found, I mean, that heater. They found that burner. Do you know what I mean? They found that motherfucking heat in his packed in his suitcase, loaded. Do you know what I mean? In the check luggage, not the hand luggage. But what the fuck is Bomac thinking about? I mean, like you would have to assume rationally that he's brought it with him because it would be rather ironic for an American to come to the UK and like wander into Moss Side to, you know what I mean, get his hands on the heat and then want to take it back with him to America. You know, it's not as if you can't get guns over there. So I mean, yeah, the obvious question everyone's asking is who was asleep at the wheel for him to even be able to get it in here? Do you know what I'm saying? But it looks like he's in custody until he gets his hearing in October, early, I think October the 9th, which is the best part of a month away, which is long for BOMAC and it's long for whoever he's training right now. I mean, I don't know who else he's got on the roster. The other question as well is that, like, you would naturally maybe assume that maybe he's just like slightly ignorant of the laws over here and thinks this is the 51st state and you can just, you know what I mean, as long as you got a license, you can just take your gun with you in check luggage and it's all good in the hood, baby. And clearly it's not. But it's not like Bomac's never been over here before because he trained Amir Khan for the Kell Brook fight, also in the Manchester Arena just last year. So, I mean, fuck knows what's going on. I mean, basically. Maybe he brought it with him then as well and like never got caught. Or just this time he thought, you know what I mean? Like Manchester's a little bit grimier than he thought. And so he wouldn't mind just having that thing on him. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, which makes you wonder what happened last time. But fucking hell, long for him. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely long. Kind of funny as well, as somebody who's lived in America and knows just how ubiquitous guns are and how what an ingrained part of the culture it is. Do you know what I mean? For someone to just like come over here and like have it in their hand, have it in their check luggage and think it's gonna be all good is funny to me. Do you know what I mean? In a way, it doesn't surprise me. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's see what happens, man. I think especially with the Terence Crawford rematch, the Terence Crawford L Spence reportedly rematch clause being invoked, it makes you wonder whether it's going to long out Crawford. Do you know what I mean? Especially there's talk of people saying he gets 5 years. Do you know what I'm saying? I personally think that they're going to have leniency on him because sometimes it shouldn't affect people, but it does. You know, he was coaching a high profile fight in Manchester. You know, if he gets in front of a jury, people are gonna appreciate that he's not from here. And you know, he was out here, and you know, Manchester, they love it's a sport town. Do you know what I mean? So, like, it's gonna be hard to find a jury that don't know what the fuck he was doing here. Do you know what I'm saying? And like, he might just get the ignorance leniency. But at the same time, one of my boys, Steve, who's been on the channel a couple of times, he made a good point that sometimes they might want to make an example out of him because they don't want everyone fucking coming over here from the States strapped up. I mean, thinking, you know, sorry, I'm American, I didn't know. Yeah, who knows? But if he does get 5 years, it's fucking long, bro, for Terence Crawford. Do you know what I mean? To be fair, he like BOMAC does operate as a team. It's not, as you can probably tell from the size of him, he ain't doing a great deal. He's more the brains of the operation. But, you know, there is a whole team around him of coaches, do you know what I'm saying? So maybe it wouldn't be that much of an issue, but it's long for him, do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Listen, as far as the Errol Spence rematch goes and all of that, I'm going to make a next video about that. So make sure you check that out. Peace.